What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another video on The Forge, and today we're going to be going through the small update that they released alongside with the new ×2 luck event this weekend. This will include the Demonite Pickaxe quest, a new NPC that drops a new rune, and of course the ×2 luck event, which I will give some tips and tricks for that. But before we start, as always, I like to give you guys codes, and they added a new one that gives you 10 rerolls called Peak exclamation point. I'll put it on the screen. Go ahead and use it right now if you want to get the Angel race, Demon race, or any of the good races. Good luck with that. But without further ado, as always, if you guys end up enjoying this video or found it useful, go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on the noties. If you want to leave a comment at all or you have any questions, do it down below and I'll try to reply to as many as possible. Now let's begin with the Demonite or Demonic Pickaxe quest. If you want to find out where the NPC is that gives you the quest, you have to head over to the volcanic depths. I'll show a quick little guide in order to get here on the screen right now. And then once you're here, you want to head to the back of the corner of the map towards the right hand side where the demonic pickaxe entrance is. Head on over to the left hand side where this new part of the cave spawns in, and you could talk to this NPC called SKAL. And this quest is honestly one of the easiest in terms of just progression, right? What he'll tell you is that you have to get 3 demonite ores, and demonite ores are a 1 in 3,666 chance of being mined from volcanic rocks. This is a volcanic rock. It has around 4,500 HP, but I recommend doing this quest now if you want to have access to the pickaxe, just because the ×2 luck event will actually help out with getting rarer ores from the volcanic rocks. Now once you have the 3 demonite ores, head on back to this NPC. He'll craft you the key, and then you could finally enter the demonic pickaxe cave, which you could interact with the demonic pickaxe. Now I don't have this unlocked because it does cost 500,000 gold, but here are its stats: 180 mining power, minus 10% mining speed, 47.5% luck boost, and 3 rune slots. This might be better than the arcane pickaxe just because of that extra 70 mining power. Even though it's a little slower, and even though it has 2.5% less luck, that 70 extra mining power is pretty good. Plus you could counteract all the negatives in this pickaxe with the 3 rune slots. Now the second part of this update is the new Blight Pyromancer NPC, which you could actually see down there. And yes, it's a skeleton that has a cape and has a staff with a skeleton skull on it, and it is a ranged NPC. It has 2 attacks. So the first one is an AoE projectile that you could parry, but if you get hit by it, basically everyone around you will get poisoned. And then the second one is a lingering hitbox on the floor that if you stay on it, you'll get poisoned either way. And even if you parry it, as you just saw, I parried it and I still got poisoned. He is pretty easy to kill, just like that. Now heading over to the index, this is the NPC right here, the Blight Pyromancer. He has around 300 to 500 HP, dealing 45 to 70 damage, can be between 1 to 5 levels, can give 50 to 100 gold, and 95 to 190 experience. Now his drops include Superior Essence, Epic Essence, Venom, Crumb, which is the new rune, and then Dark Bonite. And here is the new rune. It can come with a secondary trait, although I got unlucky, but it says, the one that I pulled at least, deals 4% of weapon damage as poison per second for 4 seconds with a 34% chance on hit. So if you want to do a lot of DOT damage, Venom is definitely up there. And you know what? Let's equip that rune on a weapon to check out its effects. And as you can see, the aura on the weapon is actually quite interesting. It's like flames, but instead of that red-orange tinge, it's entirely green. Also, it has like a stinky aura that you'd get from the uranium, and it leaves a green trail behind it as well. All right, let's try to proc it on a slime. These guys are pretty tanky with barely any damage. So as you can see right there, he's actually emitting that poison, and it did a decent amount of damage. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and parry this Reaper. Parry again. Let's drop it on top of him. Did I get poisoned? Yes, he did get poisoned. Okay, it's basically the same effect on your weapon, just transferred onto the NPC. Now, on the same topic of effects, there's actually a small part of this update where they reworked some of the runes effects, like Explosion, making it so their VFX look a little different. Now, before, old Explosion was more fiery and very prominent, but this time, let's go ahead and check out what it looks like. As you can see, it's kind of like a firework, more yellowish and not as overpowering. Before you guys continue watching the video, I actually forgot to mention two things within this update. The first part is that you can now unequip armors visually in the equipments tab, and then you could click this little eyeball to check off which armor pieces you want to show visually in the game. As you can see, I have them all off, and now I'm in my base form. And then the second part of the update is the fact that you can't get past level 200. There is a level cap now. It will be removed once future content updates come out, but let's continue the video. And now for the final part of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a couple of tips so you guys could use this ×2 luck event to its fullest extent. In a previous video, I showed you guys how you could get as much luck as possible, and if you want to know the full guide on that, you could go ahead and check out my channel. But in summary, here are the things you'll need to get as much luck for your build. The first one is getting the arcane pickaxe. This pickaxe gives the most luck and has 3 rune slots. With those 3 rune slots, put minor shard runes in them that have luck. As you can see, my minor shards are giving me a 9% chance for extra drop and 28% overall luck. So you could do this combination to get very good ores when mining. And if you want to know how to get shards, but minor shards specifically, you could kill the Delver zombies in the first island, which has a 1 in 35 chance, or kill the bomber NPCs on the second island, which is a 1 in 15 at getting the minor shards. Keep in mind though, you might not get luck as the main trait with those shards. You could get yield, you could get mining speed, you could get mining power. Now the third thing you need is the angel race. This race will give you an extra 30% luck boost, and I know it's a big ask, but getting the angel race is going to be insanely useful. The fourth part is going to achievements and then equipping your luck boost achievement called dedicated player. If you play up to 100 hours, you can get 40% luck boost passively. After that, you could head on over to the potion shop and buy yourself some luck potions, which cost 350 gold and will give you 20% extra luck boost for the next 5 minutes. So stack on a lot of these potions right here. And then finally, if you want to spend a little bit of cash IRL, you could head over to their dev product store and then purchase the supporter game pass for 379 Robux, because if you didn't know, this actually gives you 10% EXP and an extra 10% luck boost. Now with that luck boost combined with the ×2 luck event, and with that luck, you could finally start mining and killing mobs. As you can see, when I just kill one mob, I get so many essences. It's actually insane. And if you're grinding mobs and you don't want to fight and you just want to AFK, you could either macro yourself in a specific spot, just going back and forth M1ing and attacking the NPCs as they respawn, or you can make yourself some uranium armor, which I have on right now, and get the radioactive trait where you deal 5% of max health as damage as AoE while in combat. So when something is hitting you, you can literally just stay in the same spot and they will take damage depending on how much HP or defense you have. If you want to take this a step further, you could head on over to your races and try rolling the golem race, because this gives you an extra 30% HP and that will increase your damage by a lot as well. As you can see, I'm currently doing 27.75 damage per tick with the golem race. If I go back to angel, which has no HP buff, it only does 23.74 damage. And then for the mining portion of this event, I recommend just running around finding these volcanic rocks and mining them up until 2200 HP, because there's a trick slash glitch, whatever you want to call it, going around that everyone probably knows at this point, where you could see the ores that you will get if you mine the rock fully pop up on top of the rock once it reaches around half HP. So let's quickly get it down to 2200, and there we go. And as you can see, if I mine this rock fully, I will get topaz and then 2 volcanic rocks, which I don't want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that regen, and then eventually it'll reach up to full HP, but it will become an entirely new rock that I could mine, which will give me new drops. And I've gotten multiple dark rites and demonites from just doing this method, and it saves you a lot of time because you don't have to go around mining these basalt veins. Now keep in mind though, other people can come up and steal it if you haven't mined it in a minute. Even while it's regenning, stay near your rock and guard it from those greedy players who want to take your ores. And also, if you head back over to the potion shop, you could buy yourself a miner potion for 500 gold, and that will give you 15% faster mining and 10% extra mining damage for the next 5 minutes. And that's basically it. I'll see you guys later. Good luck with this ×2 event. Peace.